Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the February 10th, see, already off the rails, the February 10th, 2025 Contract Administration Board meeting. Our fearless leader, County Clerk Bruce Hidley, will be unable to attend today. So myself, Deputy County Executive Mike McLaughlin, and the Chairwoman, Joanne Cunningham, will do our best to helm this meeting. So, with that, we have our minutes from the January 13th meeting. Can I get a motion to accept those? Motion, second. All those in favor? Aye. The minutes are accepted. Okay. Moving right along into our agenda. Hopefully I get the order and details of these all right. So our first item from the sheriff is a contract with Denoyer Chevrolet. This is item 2743 of 2025. This contract is for the purchase of vehicles for the Albany County Sheriff EMS Division in the amount of $62,597.50. Is there anybody that is here to speak? Okay.
Hi, Tina Harris with the Albany County Sheriff's Office. This vehicle was issued a bid. Denoyer Chevrolet was the vendor to submit, the sole vendor to submit, and the cost is $62,597.50. It is for the EMS division for the Sheriff's Office.
Any questions?
No.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The item passes. Next item on our agenda for the correctional facility, item 2742 of 2025. This is a contract with Capolino. This is for the purchase of a van for the SHIP unit within the Albany County Sheriff's Office, and the contract is in the amount of $45,986.64. Open the floor for any comments or questions.
Hi, again, Tina Harris with the Sheriff's Office. This vehicle is for the Sheriff's Homeless Improvement Program. It is going to be grant funded 100%. Purchasing issued a bid, and Capolino was the lowest vendor to submit for the homeless shelter.
Tina, real quick, so will this van be to transport individuals to the program, go out and service individuals in the community, a little bit of everything?
Yes, yep, it's specifically for all the members that are in the house as
Oh,
residents.
so bring them to work and things like that? Gotcha.
Yep, it's going to serve that, yes.
Is this federal or state? What did you say? It's 100%?
So it was the Tonko grant, so it's state.
Oh,
It's the HUD.
Okay, entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Item passes. All right. Next item, 2720, 2025, also with the correctional facility. This is through Denoyer Chevrolet. It's the purchase of inmate transportation vehicles for Albany County Correctional Facility. Contract is in the amount of $41,492.20. Back to you, Tina.
Yep, Denoyer Chevrolet was the sole vendor to submit a bid. This is a Traverse that is going to be used to transport our inmates to and from court and hospital details.
Very good. Any comments or questions?
Is this county funds? Did you say that?
Yep, this is, I'm sorry, yes, this is county funds. Correct.
Motion.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, the motion or the item passes. All right. One last item, the correctional facility, item 2758 of 2025. This contract is with Black Creek Integrated Systems Corporation. Level 1 service plan for the Black Creek Electric Security System in the Annex 9 gate and main controls located at the Albany County Correctional Facility. This contract is for the amount of $29,810.12. Tina?
Yep, this is the annual service plan that we need, that is required for our electronic security system, and these are, this is a system that controls the annex, the 9 gate and 9 control, and 9 gate and main controls. Located within the facility, it's 100% county funded.
Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you very much. Okay, moving right along, we have item 2761 of 2025. This is with the District Attorney's Office. Contract for communications services, external communications for the District Attorney's Office. This contract is in the amount of $45,000 and is 100% county funded. I'll open the floor for comments or questions.
Good afternoon, Lee Kinlan for the District Attorney's Office. This is to provide communication services from my office beyond what our public affairs or public information officer can do. Also allows us to help communicate with the state legislature. I understand, being the Albany County District Attorney, I have to now advocate for, on behalf of the law enforcement and district attorneys throughout the state to provide and communicate with the state legislature, and so I believe we're in need of these external communication services.
So this is you're contracting with like an outside firm to assist with your comms plan?
Yeah. Yes. So again, everything from helping me communicate with the legislature to also social media updates, communication services beyond what law enforcement can provide.
Okay. Did the DA's office have this prior, do you know, or is this
Yes.
a new thing?
No,
Okay.
this has been a contract that's been in place for a number of years.
Who is the comms firm, or are you going to shop it around and do something different?
We're going to shop it around and put out bids. And
We did.
We did do that already.
We RFP'd it. We had, I believe, 5 respondents. Sorry, Pat Collins for the District Attorney's Office. I think we had 4 or 5 firms respond, and we went with the most responsible, highest bidder.
Good.
Okay.
Motion?
Second?
Second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you very much. Next item is item 2744 of 2025. This item is through the legislature. This contract is One Team Leadership, a leadership training that cultivates effective and healthy teamwork behaviors. This contract is in the amount of $35,000. Comments and questions?
Do you want to do it, or you want me to do it? Sure. So this is a leadership development program that we are putting into place for the chair staff, the majority staff, the legislative black caucus, the clerks program. But it's an excellent, One Team is an excellent contractor that we've kind of worked with before, and we're really excited about it. And I hope, honestly, that the entire county can be next, because this is really excellent, top-tier professional development work. So I'm going to be an advocate for that. So, and I will entertain no questions. Just kidding.
I want to say, please invite me to the Trust Fall Day. That's all I ever care about.
No, it's well beyond that.
Okay, very good.
Don't minimize it with that.
No.
schlocky thing.
All right, I will make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item passes. Okay. Item 2718 of 2025. This is a contract for road machinery and maintenance with Metro Ford Sales Incorporated, specifically for the purchase of Dodge, Chrysler, Chevrolet, and Ford original equipment OEM parts for sole bidder Metro Ford Sales Incorporated. And this is a contract not to exceed $20,000 per year for a 3-year contract, not to exceed $60,000. So we'll be authorizing the full $60,000. This is 100% county funding. I open the floor for comments or questions.
Whose is this?
It's mine, sorry. Lisa Torino from the Department of Public Works. I'm here for Lisa Raimondo. This contract is up, it's a 3-year contract. Metro Ford was the sole bidder, so we gave it to them. It used to be in Tracy Rhodes' hands. I checked with Christine today, who does all the billing for the truck parts. We have not hit the 20,000 every year, but we use 20, and as we replace trucks, the less parts we'll need to replace. Some of our trucks are really old, so we're still buying some parts. So Metro Ford will carry the parts for the trucks that we service.
Very good. Any questions?
It's nice to meet you
Nice to meet
face
you
to face,
too.
yes. And please send our condolences to Lisa, her dad, right?
Yes, her dad passed away. That's where I'm headed to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second, all those in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item passes. Okay. Item 2741 of 2025, through the residential healthcare facility with contractor Kone Elevators. This contract is to provide preventative maintenance services for 3 elevators at Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center. The contract is for the amount of $30,560.
Thank you. We're requesting at Shaker Place a 3-year contract with Kone. They were the original installers. Well, they were the original overhaulers of the current elevator system. The cost is $230 per passenger elevator, which there are 2 passenger elevators that service all 6 floors, the basement and 5 regular, and a heavy-duty freight elevator for $250 per month. It's $710 all in per month for the 3-year term, $25,560 with a $5,000 contingency in case there's anything seen outside of the normal course of business that has to be repaired. Kone is part of the Omnia U.S. Communities vendor, and that's how we access them to service these elevators. So.
I forgot to mention this is 100% county.
Yes.
Any questions?
Motion.
Second, all those in favor? Aye. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Next, item 2746 of 2025 through the Board of Elections. This contract is with Print Elect. The Albany County Board of Elections is requesting approval to purchase, for the purchase of 220 voting cart covers in the amount of $26,998.40. The covers will provide proper protection for newly acquired voting machines, significant investment for the office. The old covers, which show signs of significant wear and tear, need replacement. The covers we seek to purchase are durable and water resistant. Open the floor for any comments or questions.
Well,
Commissioners?
this is my first CAD meeting. Allison McLean Lane, Democratic Commissioner, and my counterpart, Rachel Bleddy. This is the second lowest bid. The lowest bid wasn't even waterproof. So needless to say, you will see a significant difference in price between the two. But these are durable, the zip was in the right place, all that stuff. So you just need to make sure that they are waterproof because they are transported outside.
So this is the lowest and most responsible bidder?
Yes.
Okay. Was the one that was non-waterproof even considered responsive? I was going to say.
Responsible.
Responsible.
Responsible. Okay.
Yeah.
They sent us a sample and it wasn't very good, so.
Understand.
You can see a dramatic difference in price.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Questions? I'll make a motion.
Wait, can I ask
Oh, yes.
a question? So how long will these last?
Good question.
Yeah.
We think a long time, probably as long as the machines. Our last round lasted as long as our machines. However, we do have an issue with mold sometimes accumulating on these things, and but the last ones made it through the old home where we used to store our machines. So the environment's drastically different. We hope for a while.
Thanks. Motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item passes. Okay. Staying with the Board of Elections, we have item 2747 of 2025. Is it Vinci Printing?
Yes, this is
Very
just
good.
like a renewal for a year. It's paper for the ballots as needed. We will
Okay.
probably not use as much as we did last year,
And the contract for $99,999, amount not to exceed that?
as needed.
Very good.
How much do we usually spend on paper?
Depends on the year. It could be like 15 grand. Back in the day before we even printed in-house and before we even used to go to bid, because this one particular company claimed to be sole source, we were paying upwards of $100,000. And actually, we led the way in the state, our county did, in opening the market for competition on this particular issue. And now other counties are actually now bouncing off of us and using
Two
Vincent's.
others as well.
So we've saved money across the state, not just for our county, for other counties too.
So for this year, which is an off-year cycle, you expect more?
Depending on whether or not we make a mistake on the ballot.
Okay.
Well,
Hopefully not.
it could be contingent upon, more diplomatically, lawsuits, right? Last minute additions to the ballots, which gives us an advantage because we have the in-house ballot printing operation, but also a lot less absentee ballot requests this year, less expected turnout from presidential election year.
Right.
And are both of these county funded?
Yes.
For
Yes,
Yes.
efforts?
yes.
Okay, thanks.
Motion?
Motion?
Second? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Okay. Moving on to item 2734 for sewage treatment. Contractor is Pure Sems LLC, North and South Plant Quarterly Preventative Maintenance, Incinerator, Continuous Monitoring. Contract is in the amount of $49,500. Angela?
Thank you. Angelo Gaudio, Water Purification District. This is 100% county funded. This is a requirement of our EPA Title V permit. We do have to do quarterly maintenance on our incinerator units for emissions. So this is for a 2-year term. We received 2 bids, and then Pearson's was the lowest responsible bidder. And as indicated, it was for $49,500.
Very good.
Is this all county funding or?
Yeah, 100% county funding. Or district, really. But
I was going to say, does it get charged back to all the member, like?
It's our, yeah, it's through our, through the district financing, so it's basically the revenues that we collect from the 8 communities that we serve go to offset these
So
expenses.
even though it's county funding, the members of the sewer district will actually pay for it?
Yeah, we're an enterprise fund, so we're treated a little bit differently, so we're,
Very good.
Motion?
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The item passes. Thank you. Staying with sewage treatment, we have item 2748, Adirondack Environmental Services. This is for various environmental laboratory testing needed to comply with the district's speedies permits. Contract is in the amount of $40,000. Angela?
thank you. This is actually the second of 3 optional renewals. As indicated, this is for laboratory testing using Adirondack. This is 100% county funded as well.
What sort of things are they testing for, Angela?
We normally use it for ammonia. We outsource our ammonia. We also do have PFAS testing through this contract, and that's something that we are going to be undertaking as part of our speedies renewal. So starting essentially the effective date that we receive that permit, which we expect sometime in the next few months, we will have to start doing quarterly sampling for PFAS for the first year of that permit as a condition of DEC. So DEC is starting to benchmark PFAS at all treatment plants throughout the state, so it will be used for that as
Did
well.
we do PFAS testing prior or no?
We've got limited sampling, but it was never really a requirement of the state. It was something that we had just done selectively on our own.
Yeah, we had chosen to do it actually in some conversations with the ledge, with the previous thing that we passed. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Entertain a motion?
Motion?
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes. Okay. Item 2749, also the sewage treatment. This is with GP Yeager Incorporated. The contract is to request additional funds beyond original contract for the supply of WED ECO UV parts resulting from unanticipated needs. The contract is in the amount of $40,000. Angela, can you provide more clarification for what that means?
Yes. So yeah, this is an amendment to the previous approval. So Wedeco is the manufacturer.
Wedeco, thank
UV is so UV is ultraviolet. So we use ultraviolet disinfection at our south plant. So this is for ultraviolet or UV parts replacements for that system. When we were taking the system offline, we do seasonal disinfection at both our facilities. But when we were taking the system offline at the end of last year, we recognized that we needed additional components, primarily UV lamps, which have essentially been expended. So we're looking to purchase 60 additional UV bulbs as part of that system. So we just want to have that done prior to April, which is when we start getting that system kind of put back online for May disinfection season.
Any other questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Okay. Item 2752, also sewage treatment. This contract is with Doosan Bobcat of North America Incorporated. This is for the purchase of one Bobcat L23 small articulated loader with bucket, broom, and brush hog attachments. Contract is in the amount of $51,161.60. This is 100% county funded. Comments?
Yep. So we're looking to purchase the Bobcat unit. This is actually through state contract currently. So Doosan Bobcat is the dealer that's already on state contract. We were looking at a different unit through Bobcat, but we found that the smaller unit, which is about half the price of the previous unit we were considering, can do similar functions. So we elected to do this. The benefit of this unit is it can operate a variety of different attachments. So we can put a brush hog on, a bucket, a sweeper, so we can do a variety of different things with the same piece of equipment. So.
Very good.
So what do you use this for?
So we have about 16 miles of trunk sewer that we have easements through. So a lot of this is maintaining those easements, which are kind of in kind of relatively unpaved areas, overland areas that we just need to kind of keep vegetation cleared back on. We also have areas on site that we'll use the brush hog for. The broom attachment is actually just used to help manage the pavement at both plants, so we can kind of just run the sweeper through there without having to rely on anybody else. And then just the bucket attachments just lets us move ash material around and just just move soil around the site as needed.
And is this replacing an existing one?
No, we currently don't have anything. We've been kind of relying on an old backhoe that we have, which is probably honestly past useful life, so this would kind of be a replacement for that, but
Okay,
not
thanks.
directly.
Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you, Angela. Thank you. All right, moving on to probation. Item 2735. Contract with Metro Ford for the purchase of 2 police interceptor vehicles with barrier cage install. Contract is for $93,000, $948.40. Bill.
Hi, Bill Connors. This was actually approved at the January meeting. The bidder at that time, Van Bortle, could no longer honor their bid. And the next lowest bidder was Metro Ford. This is primarily used in transportation of probationers and visiting them in the community.
What's the difference in price, Bill? Just out of curiosity.
A few $100, wasn't much.
I was just curious. I didn't know if it was like huge jumps from the last one. I'm sorry.
Apparently there was an error in their process and they would not honor the bid.
Interesting. Okay. $650. All right. Not that that's not money, but I'm just saying.
Motion.
Second, all those in favor? Thank you. And the motion passes. Thanks, Bill. Okay, item 2757 with Children, Youth, and Families. The contract is with Red River Hospital LLC. This is for specialized residential treatment program. The contract is in the amount of $99,000. Nicole?
Nicole Ward, Deputy Commissioner for Department for Children, Youth, and Families. This is a residential treatment facility for a foster youth that is in our care and custody. It is 10% county funded.
So where is the Red River?
It's in Texas.
We have been experiencing significant challenges with very, very hard to place youth. We've had to begin placing them out of state, as evidenced by this. We've gone as far as Utah, Texas, and they're going to these places and they're even getting rejected in these places. So this is on our state lobbying agenda that the state needs to begin opening up youth beds and other, frankly, institutional means of handling these very, frankly, aggressive youth. And this is something we have experience with because we run CDYCI, which is the regional youth detention facility, and the rates of problems that the staff are having at those facilities are very, very high. So, of course, those are kids who are engaged in the criminal justice system, but even folks who aren't.
So this is a foster youth, a very traumatized foster youth, and he's burned his bridges in every facility locally and across the state will not accept him. So the closest we've found is Texas. We did have a caseworker go out last week, and he's doing well.
Oh, okay.
For right now.
How old is this kid?
15.
Okay. So, and how long will this placement be for?
Well, hopefully we can step him down. I mean, the goal is always to step him down into a less restrictive placement and get him back into the area so that we can have eyes on him frequently and not here and there. But as Mike said, it's a very difficult situation. This particular youth we did house, and DCYF staff maintained him from Thanksgiving to Christmas, round the clock, 24/7. So this is what we need for our staff.
So wait, where
right now.
was he at that point when you said that staff maintained him?
Yes.
We rented an apartment at Community Maternity Service at CMS.
Okay.
Catholic
We've rotated
Charities.
staff through.
Oh, wow.
And he's not the only one.
It's a current problem that we're having literally right now, and which leads to potential labor issues that we have as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the state has given us OCFS and OTDA.
All the, we
given us
keep
no
saying, all the
solutions.
O's keep saying, they have the ability to say no, and CPS is the final stop. We don't have the ability to say no. This child is in the commissioner's care and custody, so we have to maintain them.
And this is county funded?
Yes.
10%.
10%.
Yeah, but it's breakdown. It's basically across the board. Everybody's throwing something in.
Yeah.
Federal assistance
Okay.
to the county.
Okay.
We got the smallest piece of the pie, but a piece of the pie nonetheless.
Wow, motion.
Second, all those in favor? Aye. And thanks to you and your staff.
Everything. It's been fun. It's been fun.
It's been a wild ride.
Yeah, it has.
Okay, moving right along, we have item 2739 from Human Resources. The contractor was MM Hayes for the Kronos timekeeping system. The contract is for the amount of $96,056.65. Shannon.
Good afternoon, Shannon Colfill with the Department of Human Resources. I'm here today to present the timekeeping system, MM Hayes Kronos. It is a renewal. This keeps our time records, managing of accruals, interfaces with our HIS system, in addition to our payroll system. So we're looking to get that approval today.
Any questions?
Yeah, so this is kind of what the annual cost is every year?
Yes, this year it did go up in the amount of $6,000, but that was due to the fact that we purchased 150 licenses as it relates to the Sheriff's Department. As you know, collective bargaining agreements are constantly being negotiated. We have to manage accruals and that sort of thing, shift differentials based on what the collective bargaining agreement is. So we did have to purchase additional licenses and 5 new time clocks this year.
And the licenses are basically the license that allows a certain department staff
To have access,
to have
correct.
access. Okay. Okay, motion.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item passes. Thank you. Next item is item 2753 from Information Services. This contract is with ComSource Incorporated. ComSource, through this contract, will deliver industry-leading professional services to Albany County, 911, BPW Palo Alto project. Below this high-level overview of tasks, ComSource has included in their scope of work additional details for each of these tasks. This doesn't seem like a solid summary. Pat, I'm going to let you explain.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Pat Alderson, Information Services. This is for a fixed price contract in the amount of $32,560. It was procured off of GSA contract. It is 100% county funded using capital funds. And the project is to reconfigure county switches as well as install firewalls at the Department of Public Works and the old 911 center, which is the county's disaster recovery site. So we'll be working with ComSource and go through a series of design sessions, move on to implementation. We'll have some training for folks in my department, some ongoing support for the term of the contract, which is 1 year, and finally move to closing out. This project is important to improve the redundancy and resiliency of the county network, especially our disaster recovery site. If there's any questions, I'm happy to take those.
Any questions? I'll make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
Okay, next item is 2730 through the County Executive's Office. This contract is with Trinity Alliance of the Capital Region as it relates to the LEAD program, the Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion program. Provides harm reduction-based care and management support for people who otherwise may be arrested and enter the criminal justice system for behaviors such as mental health, substance abuse, homelessness, or poverty. I'll stop there and turn it over to folks here.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Thomas, policy analyst from the County Exec's office, and this is something we do every year. We didn't have a 2025 commitment, and we met with them recently and decided to up it to 75. It was normally 60.
And I can elaborate a little more. So LEAD has up to this point been almost entirely, except for some limited county support, been funded from state or federal grants. We continue to advocate for them on the state level. Obviously, it's a very successful program, a nationally well-known program, a program that's advocated for by the current new Chief of Police in the City of Albany, who worked for National LEAD for many years before returning to the police force here recently. But given changes on the federal level, it's safe to assume that we probably won't be getting any more federal funding. And there isn't really concrete state funding identified yet, even though we have spoken to our state delegation. So LEAD is facing a bit of a fiscal cliff in the next year. There's some funding that bleeds into 2026, but it is certainly something that we as a county need to figure out from a long-term funding perspective, and we're always advocating for discretionary funding for creative programs such as this. So this 75,000 certainly duplicates what we've done in the past and sweetens it a little bit to create a bridge for the current gap and get them through this year.
Why is this through County Exec's office and not like a department?
It's just honestly who initiated the action. LEAD is kind of a separate entity in the sense that it is a community group that isn't really a specific department within the county, because LEAD right now operates within the City of Albany, has expanded to Watervliet and Cohoes. And so in each of those jurisdictions, it's governed by a council, includes the DA's office, the sheriff's office, and APD, Center for Law and Justice. Who am I missing? Trinity Alliance, Catholic Charities. So there's a governing board in that regard, and of course they interface with our county departments where necessary. And that goes for Cohoes and Watervliet, although there's some differences in their board.
They have their own PCG.
They have their own. What's it called? CEG?
PCG.
PCG.
Policy Coordinating Group.
Thank you.
So the money pays for
Case
the
management.
case management component, and that is through the contractor like Trinity
Yes.
Catholic
Yeah.
Church.
Yes.
Okay.
And Bob Ward of Rockefeller College fame and Jenny Huling are the two heads of Bob does the administration and financial management, and Jenny does all of the management of services for LEAD.
It's kind of an interesting model. not run by the county, sort of
Right.
inside the county with a contractor, but we use
Yep.
contractors all the time.
Yep, no, it's based directly on the model that was pioneered in King County, out in the Seattle area.
Okay.
And when we brought it here, we worked through Lead National, which had kind of gone national at that time, to implement this model. It gives local control to each jurisdiction because each jurisdiction typically wants a different model of service. As an example, in the city of Albany, Lead is if a police officer comes upon somebody that they deem to be appropriate for the program, they can reference them to Lead. That doesn't actually exist in Cohoes and Watervliet. And Cohoes and Watervliet, it's primary social contact referrals, correct?
It is, yes.
Which means individuals can refer folks to the program, but it's actually not primarily through the police department. So
That's a new shift that we are seeing.
Yeah.
It is mostly social referrals from the organizations themselves or even from the DA's office.
Yep. So each community can do it on their,
But it's only in the 3 communities, Waterville.
Right now, those are the only communities that have adopted the program. It's no different than Accord. It's
Right.
kind of open to everybody, but at the same time, not everyone has jumped, both feet into it. And that being said, now there is going to have to be financial considerations. We are, but it's important for us to mention, we are beginning to tell members, as in local governments that are involved, that financial contributions from them are going to have to be an ongoing thing. It doesn't necessarily need to be 100%. I'm not saying that they need to bear the burden of it, but no different than we are kicking in money. It's going to need to be a team effort. So, okay.
Motion.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And it passes. Thank you. Okay, next item is 2709, also County Executive and DMB. This contract is with Catholic Charities. This is an Albany County grant for $120,000. Funding is for case management and community. Oh, that's the previous item. Sorry about that. Right.
The next two are.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
They're gonna bundle.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good.
Bundle these two.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can.
All right, entertain a motion to bundle. They're both lead related.
Oh, yes.
I will second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Consider them bundled. Thank you very
So why
much.
didn't we do that with the other one?
That one was separate, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
Different
Jubilee,
scope.
so the latter two here are for case management and community engagement services, whereas this was for
Project management.
project management, yes.
So Trinity Alliance is the project manager. Catholic Charities and Trinity Alliance will both be doing case management as well. Okay? So Trinity Alliance is doing double duty. Catholic Charities is also stepping in on the case management side of things. Any other clarification on that?
I got it. Motion.
Second, all those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. That concludes our agenda for this evening. Thank you all for joining us. Motion to adjourn, second, all those in favor? Aye. Everybody have a good day.